Here we go. Let's start our warm-up, ladies. You know it. Big arms, swing them, knees up, pull the tummy tight. Welcome back to Fab and Fit Over 40 and Beyond. And if you are new here, I'm so glad you found us. My name is Rhoda. Bring your knees up and twist. We work on strength training on the channel like today. We're building lean muscle, which is going to boost and maintain metabolism, arms forward and back here, because lean muscle burns more calories than fat does. So if we can build that lean muscle, we're going to burn away fat while we sleep. We also work on strength training to maintain bone density. Let's lift the legs up across here. We also do low impact cardio for your heart, training the most important muscle in your body, and we protect your joints. We tend to use dumbbell resistance versus jumping. We do not do any jumping on the channel. And abs, core, and balance. Let's go up and over here. Every workout has an element of abs, core, and balance, like today. But we also have workouts on the channel dedicated specifically to your abs, core, and balance. Let's bring the arms up in front. Today we're doing isolated strength, warming up these biceps. We're going to use heavier dumbbells if you have them. If not, I'll show you how to double up on some of these exercises. When we're doing, one arm movement, you can double your dumbbells if you have lighter dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, grab a couple soup cans or water bottles. That's how I started long ago, and I can still remember it. I have 5, 8s, 10s, 15s, and 20s, so we'll be working in a variety of ranges. We're going to start with a reciprocating back row. So I'm going to use my 2 15s, nice flat back. One arm is up, one is down. Both arms move. Ready? We move and move. Pulling your tummy tight here. Keep that back flat. You're not all the way down here, okay? I want you to have a little bit of a upward angle in the body. Keeping the back flat and the neck relaxed is really important here. Body weight pushing through your heels as you lift and lower each dumbbell, working in a reciprocating way here. Squeezing that shoulder blade. Feel that bra overhang area. Feel it work. We want to work that, I know. And rest. Good. Okay. So each circuit has 3 exercises targeting a specific area. Working on back here, I'm going to show you, I'm going to double up. I'm going to create a 20-pound dumbbell. I'm crossing over 2 10s here. So whatever you have, if you have 2, you can make a double weight right here, pulling back. So this is a single arm row. You can go heavier when you're doing one side of the body at a time. And this isn't easy. And this is a heavy lift here. This is the lat muscle in the back. It's a large muscle. It's one of the larger muscle groups, like your lower body muscles. This is a large muscle group in the upper body. So you can go heavier with this, and it should be getting hard. If it's not, that's a good indication that you could lift heavier weight. Good. All right, I'm going to put that down and grab my 20. Showed you how to do that, and you can do that with any of these one-sided exercises. So I will bring your attention to that as we go. Other side here, pulling back towards the tummy area, not up towards the shoulder, okay? Pulling back. That's what's going to engage that back muscle, that bra overhang area I hear about, that I know about. I do the same thing. I tuck it in, right? We want to get it as strong and tight as possible. And then we want to eat good food and avoid processed foods and sugars, which causes that puffy inflammation, which lies on top of your body fat, which lies on top of your muscle. Actually, the inflammation could be in all 3 areas. So think about that. You're inflamed at the skin level, mid-level, and deeper. And then under the muscle even. Your body will retain fluids if you're eating foods that require a lot of water to digest, like processed carbs. All right, that doesn't mean carbs are bad. We're moving on to a deadlift. So I'm going to start with my 20s, because we've got both legs going, holding this like a bar across my legs. Abs are tight, body weight's in my heels, slight bend in my knees, flat back down. The weight's coming right below my knees. I drive up, hips forward, squeeze the glutes, down and up. When you eat processed foods that kind of melt in your mouth, think about this. As they go through your digestive process, where's the fiber? What's going to move them along? Nothing, because the fiber's been stripped out before you even put the food in your mouth. So the body knows that the only way it's going to move that gooey stuff through your system is with more water. So it's going to hang on to more water than it normally would. And where's it going to store it? All over the place. So you get that puffy, puffy look and feeling. All right, we're going to a staggered. So I'm going to have one foot forward, one back, almost like a lunge position, not quite as wide, but I'm going to come down over that front foot, and I'm going to stick with my 20s. Deep breath. Turn and face you, say hello. Here we go. Still holding the dumbbells like a bar, really close to my legs, down and up. So if you can try and start eliminating those processed foods, those white flours, those sugars, you're going to reduce inflammation in your body. That's why when you go on a diet, quote diet, right, where you're changing your eating all of a sudden because you want to lose weight and you're probably not eating enough calories, your body recognizes that it's quality food, right? Other side, I'm going to put these down for a second. Quality food coming in, so it starts to get rid of that inflammation. And in 2 or 3 days, you go, wow, this is a great diet. I've lost 5, 6, 7 pounds. Well, yes, the scale is lighter, sure, because you've lost all that inflammation. That's not fat. That is inflammation. So that's something you can do today. You can change what you're eating. You don't have to eat less. Just change the quality to be closer to real food. And the scale very likely will go down. Try it for 3 days, and on day 4, tell me if things aren't different. How you feel, how your clothes fit, and that ever-present scale. That is just a number in time. How your clothes fit and how you feel really should be our focus. But we have been brought up on scales, I know, me too, and that's how we measure, right? That's the only thing we measure. Whereas really we should be kind of focused on how does our body feel? You know, how does this food make me feel? And I have clients, just happened the other day, changed up her diet. She's down 5 pounds. She said to me, she went to a barbecue and there was wine and that kind of thing. She felt like crap the next day. I'm like, yeah, that's how that food makes you feel. All right, I'm gonna go to my 2 10s. We're gonna push them together and then we're gonna press out, squeezing the chest. This is a chest circuit. These are pretty heavy for me, so we'll see how I do. Just push those out, that's heavy. All right, here we go. So yeah, she said, I just feel so sluggish and tired and gross. You know? That was 1 day of switching back to, you know, some potato chips, you know, those pasta salads that you get in the store that are so manufactured, right? That kind of thing. And then the wine, which is sugar. So the body went, whoo, wait a minute. I don't think she got on the scale. I hope she didn't that next day. I sure don't when I, you know, go off the program a little bit. And my program is just eat as close to nature as possible. I don't restrict calories. When you eat as close to nature as possible, though, I'm going to lighten up to my 8s. When you eat as close to nature as possible, calories don't become such a concern because close to nature means lots of fiber, means filling, means you aren't hungry all the time. We're going to do the same move. Follow me, lighter dumbbells, push out, open. Now hug a big tree. Pull it in. Push out, open, round right here. Make those pectorials work. Standing chest. I've got a staggered stance. That's how I feel more comfortable. But you could do this with your feet right under you. I find my balance is a little better if I stagger it. So yeah, I can't say enough about how the food we eat affects how we feel and how we look and how our muscles look. Because guess what? You'll be able to see them. We can take down that inflammation and start to burn body fat by doing this strength training. Good job. All right, kicking my 8s. I'm gonna come up across, so you're gonna feel the one side of the chest engage, and we're coming at this from an angle. So we did here, push out and in, then across. Now we're coming up at an angle, hitting the muscles from all directions. Here we go. Lift the shoulder height, hand down, control the dumbbell. Don't swing it up, lift it up. Pulling the tummy tight. Take the next rest to do a little bit of stretching. These first 3 circuits, we have 8 circuits. So we're getting there. I like doing these isolation muscle strength workouts every few weeks on the channel. So there are others. You can look for them. They tend to be strength, beginner to advanced, because from beginners do this with lighter weights, advanced do it with heavier weights. Open the arms, palms to the ceiling, thumbs back, stretch in the chest. Whew, deep breath. Let's reverse this, rounding the back. And then we're going to step back with a heel. We're going to oblique leans. This is another one where you could double up your dumbbells. I'm going to make a 25-pound dumbbell. I'm going to grab a 15 and a 10. And I'm going to do both sides. So I need both sets of dumbbells here. And I'm going to be late. Sorry about that. Here we go. Let's lean and up. I knew I was going to be late. You're using your core to lift these dumbbells, not your arms and shoulders. Little bend in the knee as I lean. I'm thinking about being up against a wall though, and my shoulders, my glutes, my heels never leave that wall. I'm sliding directly to the side, lifting back up. And rest, good. Moving to a bicycle crunch coming across. I'm gonna use a 5. I'm just gonna hold it up, bring it down and across and up. All right, we'll have the right hand, left knee. Deep breath. Really focus on crossing up, pulling that tummy in. Pull it in, straighten it out. Round the back, straight spine. Crunch and up. This is your ab circuit in here. We hit the outside waistline. We're hitting the inner oblique here, lower ab. Think about pulling that belly button all the way back to your spine while you round your back right there. And rest, good. Other side, feel it? Hope so. Whew, a little bit of elevated heart rate there with the arm over the head. Blood's pumping up there. The heart's working hard to get the blood continuing up against gravity. All right. Get ready, the other side. Remember to really round the back, pull the belly button in, crunch across, across. So far, we've hit the back, upper body back, lower body back and glutes with our deadlifts. Then we did chest. Now we're doing the waistline and the abs. Up next, we have shoulders. And when your shoulders look good, I always say everything looks good in the upper body. You've seen it, that nice shoulder muscle that leads right into the bicep, tricep, and there's a definition there. Not bulky or anything, but you have this muscle come around, and then you see the tricep or the bicep come off and the tricep. It's a nice look. It's a feminine look, and we're going to get part of that done in the next circuit. All right, roll out your shoulders here. Let's step to one side and reach. I'm going to pick up my 8 pounds for this next one. I'm going to hold the dumbbells on either side of the head. We'll press up. We're going to rotate the dumbbells down to a box, palms facing me. Press up from there, bring them down on either side of the ears. Ready? Here we go. So on time this time. Sorry about that with the obliques. Couldn't get that dumbbell set up quite quick enough. Feel those shoulders work, all directions here. Think about that area I was talking about. You kind of feel where that all comes together, right? Good. All right, we're going to pull a dumbbell from the floor. I'm going to give you a modification quick. If you need to not go all the way to the floor, you can put a dumbbell on a chair, pull it up, and press. And we're going to stay on one side. If you can go reach for the floor, we're coming from the floor. Here we go. Pull it, press it. Going heavy here. I've got my 15. It's hard on this side because the shoulder is a little weak. Had surgery years ago. Was bionic forever, it felt like. A little tweaky lately. And I would always stop and put down my dumbbell and pick up a lighter dumbbell if I felt I needed to, if I felt any pain at all. I'm just feeling like it's tired. So I'm hoping to just keep strengthening it around that rotator cuff, tear, repair. And I'm going to quit right there. I think that's enough on that side for me. All right, other side. I hope that's working, coming up from the chair. I think that's the best option. I want you to think about putting that dumbbell down and pulling and pressing versus just holding one up and pressing, okay? Ready to grab this dumbbell from the floor? I love these. Whether we alternate or do one set at a time, I like these. You can really just feel the difference. It's funny because I'm left-handed, but my right shoulder is definitely stronger. I've had shoulder surgery on both sides. This one was a complete rotator cuff tear from a car accident. I was rear-ended, and I had a seat belt across me. It saved me, but it tore up my shoulder. And then it's funny because the surgeon said, you know, get some extra bone in that shoulder area. Wouldn't surprise me if you get pain in the other shoulder within the next 8 to 10 years. And he was spot on. And so in I went, got the other side fixed. Good work. All right. Let's bring one arm across, stretch the shoulders a little bit. We've got a modification on this next one. We're doing wide squats. All right, otherwise you're doing a side leg raise, coming up on your toes. We're going to come up on our toes in that squat. So I'm going to pick up 10s for this because I'm holding them at my chest. They were down here, maybe heavier, but I want to have them here for that heel raise. Let's do the heel raise down at the bottom, okay? Those of you doing the modifications, keep an eye on that window because the speed's going to be different. So down, heels up, put them down, come up, squeeze the glutes. Or follow the modification. You're standing up before you do your heels. Squeeze. Sit back in this. I found myself rotating a little forward there, anticipating coming up on my toes. Gonna sit way back, heels up, down, push up and through. Couple more. One more. And up. Great work. Okay, going to some side lunges. We're going to lift a heel on this one. Otherwise, you're using your chair, you're doing a soccer kick, and then you're going back with an angle raise. So it's same angle as the kick, only to the back. The rest of us will step out, heel up, up and stand. So we'll go to your left first. Right heel. Push up, squeeze. Hinging forward. Might have been able to pick up heavier dumbbells here. I'm going to stick with my 10s though because I want to do the same on each side. At the top, right here, squeeze those glutes. quads, inner outer thigh, calves. And good, rest. All right, other side. Then we have 2 circuits left. Can you guess what we're gonna work on? Think about what we haven't hit yet. Shoulders, right? But what about those biceps and triceps? That's our next 2 circuits. We're gonna be looking great after this workout. All right, let's step out. And did you know that, you see the red carpet, the Oscars, the Grammys, that kind of thing. Women who are wearing off-the-shoulder dresses where their shoulders and arms are showing, they will do a workout right up to the time they're getting ready, hair, makeup, all of that, because they just excite those muscles, make them show off themselves a little bit more. So we're gonna walk away with our muscles looking really good, because we are doing a heck of a workout here, and we're hitting total body, not just our arms. And there's your rest, good. All right, gonna put those dumbbells down. Let's stretch the calf muscle, heels down. That little muscle down there, when you work it, can respond and get really tight and even crampy. So stretching throughout the day might be something you'd like to do here. I am going into my bicep curl circuit. I'm gonna start with lighter dumbbells. We're gonna curl to the front, down heel, elbows are right in, up, keeping those elbows as close to the body, palms face me, and down. All right, that's your combination. Here we go. Again, bicep in the front, then we're working kind of that cut area here. Coming at that bicep a little differently, getting some forearm. Before I worked out, I mentioned this before, in line at a grocery store or wherever, I mean, it's just a vague memory. But standing behind a woman cutting out change. Remember when we had dollars and cents? And her forearms looked great. I'm like, how do you do that? Well, this is a way to get there. This and hammer curls, among other things. All right, I'm gonna grab my chair. We're going to a concentration curl. I'm gonna challenge myself here. Why don't I do this? I'm gonna do 13 pounds versus 15 so I can kind of show you. I'm gonna grab an 8 and a 5. We'll start on your right side. I'm crossing them up. I'm gonna put my lighter dumbbell on top. Elbow right here, curl it up, squeeze. So I've created a 13-pound dumbbell. If you have 2 5s, you've created a 10. If you have, an 8 and a 5, you can do this. If you have a 15, or even heavier, depending on your fitness level, you can be curling that. Now, my wrist is staying neutral all the way up, all the way down, especially with heavier weights. You do not want to turn your wrist right here at the top, all right? You see that all the time. Wrist stays neutral, all right? It's all coming from here. So when I say that, this is what I mean. Come up and rotate the wrist over the top of the dumbbell. Keep the wrist like this, all right? When you do this, all that's happening is that dumbbell is pulling on those tendons and cartilage and all of that that's in there, causing a lot of stress on the wrist. We don't want that, okay? We want to protect our joints. Curl up and down here. We're trying not to bump my mic because it makes a loud noise. Get this so it doesn't hit it. Feel that muscle work. Woohoo. First time I did concentration curls, it was a Tammy Lee Webb video. I was just starting to work out. I was probably 36, 37, 38, I don't know. I got my group exercise at 38 and my personal trainer at 39-ish, around there. I have to look. It's been 22 years. Seems like it happened yesterday, but it didn't. All right, we're gonna keep our chair for this next one. Let's go palms up, thumbs back, straighten out those arms. Gonna go into a tricep dip. Now, I know they're hard, all right, but I'm telling you, lifting your body weight with your tricep, the smallest muscle group of the upper body, great results. And we're gonna do this one first while the muscle is less tired. So you're gonna scoot out, grazing the back with the chair. Come up, just starting out, have a seat, scoot back out, do another one. Otherwise, come with me. We're going to stay off the chair. Elbows are going straight back, not to the side. You can make this more challenging, putting your legs out. Super challenging, 1 foot. I'm not doing that because of the shoulder. The shoulder is playing a role. You can probably feel that. But the farther out your feet are, so long as you're keeping that back, grazing the chair up and down, just creates a little longer lever, a little more lift against gravity. Gravity is pulling on your bum, the back of your legs, back of your knees, and if you put your legs out, it's pulling on the back of the calves, right? So you're just creating more resistance. Good. And take a break. Grab a medium dumbbell. I'm going to grab an 8. We're going to an isolation extension. So I'm going to grab an 8-pound dumbbell. Let's set this up. Your palm's going to be towards me. You're going to hold this upper arm, right? I'm going to come behind the head and up. Come back far enough that you don't really have to lower your head. So you don't have to do this and strain the neck. Coming back behind the head, extending it up. Using that other arm to make this upper arm stationary will allow you to lift a little heavier. Plus, it's pretty cool. You get to feel the muscle work. Feel that? Whoo, I do. And I'm going to eat healthy food, try and eliminate or at least minimize processed foods and sugars, because I love sugar, but I truly have to go days and sometimes weeks without it just to feel good. It really affects me. And maybe you have noticed that as well. Certainly you'll notice it if you cut it out and then you go back and have sugar. You're going to realize how it's affecting you right now. If it's something that you're consuming on a daily basis, that or processed foods, take them out. The day you bring them back, like I gave you the example earlier, you'll feel it. You'll feel the difference. You'll feel the difference in how your brain is working, how your body feels, your energy level. It's a great experiment to really understand how truly people are walking around making themselves sick, or at least not healthy. They're not living their healthiest life or feeling their healthiest, and they don't necessarily even know it, because it's just such a part of what our culture in the United States, it's what we eat. It's what's available. It's what's in our food supply. Tap your back here, grab an elbow. A little different in other countries. The United States is a very large country, mass production, feed all of the people, or try to. Other side here, smaller countries that I visited tend to be more locally sourced food. So you're not getting, roll your shoulders here, food that's as processed. You're eating along with the seasons, other direction. So if it's something that's not available in season, you're going to wait till the next season, thumbs up, extend the arms, till you have that again. Just seems like a nice, fresh way to do it. It's not really possible when you're living in multiple climate zones like we are in the United States. Roll the shoulders here, but you could do it by zone, right? But we're just not willing to do that. Other direction. Our markets are huge. Let's stand up here. Whereas you go to other countries and they're small. Bread is open, it's not packaged, it was just baked. That's different than the packaged bread that, we're gonna cut up and make garlic bread out of, right? Up and over here. So it's a balancing act. Can't be perfect. I mean, we want to enjoy life, right? Step back, toe up. But something to keep in mind and keep your eyes out for. And an experiment to try so that you can truly see and feel the difference. Other side. And then we're going to have a seat one more time. Cross a leg. Get a little push on these glutes. I hope you enjoyed that workout. Basic, simple, but not easy, right? And we can always make a workout more difficult with heavier dumbbells. Other side here. Thank you for watching when you watch all the way to the end. YouTube knows that. They track that for me. So when you watch, like, share, and comment on my videos, really, really helps me to grow this channel because YouTube recognizes that you are liking the content. Let's put the foot down, round the back, roll the shoulders forward here. I appreciate all of you. I just love doing these workouts for you and love hearing your comments. So keep them coming. And let's take the ear to one shoulder when we're lifting dumbbells through a whole workout. The neck, especially concentrated 3 exercises, for example, on those shoulders. Other side, it could be intense on the neck. And bring your head up. Drop it down, let it hang. Just straighten out the neck. And head up. Big smile because we did it. I hope you liked it. Let me know. What was your favorite exercise? What was the least favorite? And did you notice we only did side lunges? So no rear, front, or curtsy lunges in that one. You're welcome. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.